Your voice isn't just important for speaking or getting on the stage. It's your most valuable career asset. But here's the thing. Too many people are trying to sound like someone else. Too many people are copying what they think the most successful people sound like, that person who has 20 million views. But the reality is, the world is full of people who right now are waiting to hear your voice. So maybe you're showing up online, you're posting, you're saying all the right things, but for some reason it just isn't landing. And deep down you feel it, right? Now, it's not that you don't have a good message. It's that your voice, the real one, that's been shaped by all of your lived experiences and everything that you've been through, isn't in the room. People are waiting to hear the perspective only you can deliver, the thing that only you can say in the way that only you can say it. Now, when I say voice, I don't just mean your speaking voice. Though there are a lot of tools that we can talk about that can work on your speaking voice to help you articulate and say things a little bit clearer. But that's not what I'm talking about here. When I'm talking about your voice, I'm talking about your energy, your presence, your point of view, the lens through which you see and shape the world. Your voice isn't just a tool for delivering your message. Your voice is the message. And if your content feels flat or inconsistent, if your visibility isn't converting, if you aren't getting the traction that you would like to get, that's usually a sign there's a disconnect between what you're saying and what you really want to say. That you're trying to sound too much like you should sound, or too much like that other person, instead of sounding like you. You see, the people with the most powerful presence, they aren't the loudest or even the most polished. They're the ones who are aligned. Their inner clarity matches how they show up. Now that is how you become magnetic. And here's what I've seen over and over, especially with founders and leaders and creatives like you. You start watering down your voice to sound more professional or more credible or more whatever you think you should sound like. And then the message starts to feel off. It doesn't resonate. You're wondering why you're not getting the traction that you know this message should get. But the truth is, your voice isn't too much or too little. Your voice is missing. So here's what I want you to work on this week. Grab your journal, grab your iPad, your laptop, whatever it is, and start thinking about what part of your voice are you currently downplaying? What do you believe deeply that you've been filtering or muting? Here's the sentence I want you to spend some time on completing for yourself. If I weren't afraid to sound too bold or too different, or insert whatever that feeling is that you're having, then I'd say, I'm going to say it one more time. If I weren't afraid to sound too bold, too out there, too different, too against the grain, then I'd say. If I weren't worried about what everyone else would think, what my coworkers would think, what my parents would think, what my partner would think, what my friends would think, then I'd say. Exploring that sentence alone has helped so many of my clients unlock the message they've been sitting on for years. So what's coming up for you? What parts of your voice have you been hiding? What parts of your voice have you been afraid to share? Why are you afraid? Spend a little bit of time really thinking about your voice this week, because your voice is your most valuable career asset. Your voice is what is magnetic. Your voice is what people are waiting to hear. Your voice is what makes you unique, not what you talk about. It's you allowing the real you to shine through. So now that you're reconnecting to your voice, the one shaped by your insights, your values, and your lived experience, look out for the next video where we're going to take it one step deeper. We're going to talk about the story you're not telling and how that one story could become the foundation of your thought leadership, your brand, your content, and even creating the talk that changes everything. So make sure you're subscribed and check out the goodies I have in the description below. And I'll see you next week.